All right, hello everyone. My name is Rebecca. I'm an interior designer and I own Revision Custom Home Design in Billings, Montana. Today I wanted to talk about when I work with my clients, kind of how the design process goes, and specifically in reference to remodels. So I do a lot of design work where I'm very much in a collaborative relationship with my clients. I don't just walk in, steamroll them, and say, "This is the plan. This is what you're doing. Done deal." Which very few designers truthfully do it that way. I mean, they really do try to get to know their clients and design for them. But a lot of them have a process where they do a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Then they do a presentation of here's the finished product, maybe a few little changes, and then that's the final. I much prefer to sort of work alongside them, kind of almost like I kind of use the term design Sherpa every once in a while. And essentially what that means is I am your guide. I'm kind of that person that helps pull it all together. So when I work with a client, step one, of course, is going to their home, getting measurements, and putting it all together in a here's the before, here's the after, here's the layout. No matter what, you need measurements. Step number two, after I've kind of had a chat with them about what they're looking for, what colors they like, then I'll put together a very rough mood board, or a concept board, I guess. This is a sample of a concept board. So it's got a couple different material choices, the look of a few things that we like, and it just gives us a starting point for that conversation. Then the next step, once I've done that, once I've sent that over to the client, given them a chance to kind of look it over, think about it for a little bit, then I schedule what I call shopping day. And shopping day is one of my favorite things because it really allows for a great conversation between me and the client about what exactly they want. It also allows me to walk them through the process of designing this. So they feel a lot more involved in the process, which a lot of people really want. They don't want to feel like something's just been handed to them and then be unhappy with it later. But it also, instead of picking out one thing at a time, instead of me giving them a list and saying, okay, well, you need to go pick out this color of this, or you need to go pick out this from there, and maybe they do that over the course of a couple of weeks, it's really overwhelming. A lot of my clients are somewhat of the do-it-yourself mindset, but they understand they need a professional to help tie it all together. They're afraid of making the wrong mistakes. So they do pay a little bit extra to have a professional guide them, and that's what I do. What I do with that, so I'll set up a day. Generally, I start with cabinets, although sometimes I do this out of sequence. Start with cabinets, plumbing if we need it, flooring, tile, that material, and lighting. Those are kind of the big four. Now, we don't always do them just because not every project needs all of them, but those are kind of the big four that we need most often. I set up appointments with my vendors in town. We meet, we collaborate. So you'll notice like on this drawing here, right here, we were looking at doing a possible herringbone floor. So they were curious about how the size of this tile that they were picking was going to look in their space. So I sketched it out on paper real quick just to show them approximately the scale, how much it would take up, where those transitions would be. These are 3-foot long tiles. So they wanted to know how busy that was going to look in their space. And then I work with each of the vendors. I go to them for their expertise. I might not know every single detail about all the little cabinet things, the fillers, all that. They know that. They know their product lines. I'm there to make sure that everything pulls together so that by the end of the day, we have a cohesive plan. All the vendors know where we're at. And then we can take those numbers, send them off to the contractor, let the contractor put all the bids together, and hopefully get started on the project. So if you've ever wondered when I talk about shopping day, that's what I do. And that is definitely the style of service, I guess, the style, my design process when I work with my clients. So if you're interested in working on a project with me, obviously for shopping day, that tends to be a bit more of a local service, but it can definitely be tailored to some kind of a designer on call if you're further away and want to do something via video chat or text or whatever. I'm sure we can make it work, but just wanted to share that with you. That is how I work. So hopefully you learned something, and if you have any questions about the process or how I work, I would love to answer them for you and maybe work on your next remodel project. Have a wonderful day.